Spirit Walk and Twin Hogs. So generally, it doesn't matter which side you start from. I'll start my RC kind of here. Oh. I'll start my RC here, and she'll kind of go this way, get some Teslas. And as long as she gets to the multi, that'll be enough, just so that the multi doesn't mess with any of your headhunters. So we got your RC kind of going in through here. Once that's done, so all these buildings are kind of out of the way. So you're kind of stuck with this. Is gone. And you'll start with your heroes through here. So you got your king and your queen going in through this way. And the goal is to kind of come in to this section. We have the invis tower. So to do that, we're going to need to funnel a little bit. So with king and queen there, and you have the minion prince and the defensive king over in this area, and the disarmor helps slow everything down, so it's actually a little bit easier with the disarmor there, the defensive disarmor. So while the king and queen are fighting the defensive troops, drop your giant, your ice golem, kind of in this area. And then you're going to want to use your Yeti, baby dragon, and a couple of regular hogs to try to clear out this. So once that happens and everything's kind of moving, king and queen are still kind of stuck in this area, you're going to want your log launcher to come through so it'll trigger that. With this, it kind of works out best. Once this goes down, log launcher coming through triggers that, and king and queen will kind of go into this area and come on back. So while they're fighting everything to force the king and queen into that invis compartment in here, you're going to want to go ahead and send your main hogs into here, because they're going to kind of path this way, which actually makes it, with how the bases are set up now, to make sure that the town hall doesn't get targeted and things kind of go around, makes the pathing really easy for hogs. So you're going to want to send your hogs in so that your heroes, the king and queen, will kind of come this way. And then with your Yeti and your baby dragon funneling, they'll kind of come back in through here to get to the base, to the main funnel, to that main invis compartment section. So while that's happening, I'll tend to drop a Skelly spell kind of over here, just so that the monolith doesn't start targeting the king, because that otherwise, if ability goes off a little early and you're not able to open these walls or this section here, you just tend to get a little less value, but it doesn't mean the attack won't go through. So king and queen will get that easily. Queen generally comes around to this side and will come around here, especially because king opens everything. And then town hall can be the last thing you finish on, or sometimes the RC can kind of split off the hogs and come into here. With this, just start dropping your cleanup troops behind the hogs as it goes along the side. I just have it trickle in. And that's kind of the steps that I take to take this base down. So let's see how it goes. Let's come out of it and come into the attack. Okay, so we'll talk it through as it goes. So I dropped the RC by the wizard tower. Again, most important thing with this strategy is just to keep the spirit box alive. So I tend to be a little aggressive with the invisibilities and trying to get the multi, and if possible to trigger the giant bomb, and the tornado is generally in that area, but giant bomb goes off. All right, so pulling the minion prince off to the side, giant ice golem, and with everything there, dropping the poison, try to maximize that value. Double headhunter, and then wait to drop the king. Then you see the Yeti, Baby Drag, a couple of hogs just to try to clear out as much of that top area for a good funnel as possible. So you can kind of see where the funnel's starting. Skelly spell, a little too close to the multis, but it's okay. It's just to provide a little bit of tanking. And then Invis Tower will get triggered with enough time, and both wall breakers work perfect. Sometimes they don't, so it doesn't matter. Don't stress too much. You either just need to hit king ability if the log launcher doesn't open, or generally the log launcher will, and king will go right into the core. So definitely invested a freeze, but make sure that the queen and everything pushes inward, dropping the hogs so everything comes around, and then you'll see his king ability hits, and then there. Everything gets open for maximum, for the queen to reach as much as possible. Again, the pathing for the hogs is just very easy. It'll just work its way around the base. And again, with the cane right now, it just makes, especially if it's in a good part and you section off the base well enough, the cane will go in and it's just even stronger. So planning the attack pretty well can definitely lead to a lot of overkill. Still got a rage and a freeze, dropping all of the cleanup troops, making sure the headhunters go in for the heroes so that the hogs and the RC don't get slowed down. And pretty much worked out kind of as planned, but that's a pretty common base now. Right. Hope that helped a little bit, and I'll try to break down some more bases. Different types, invis bases tend to work well with the log launcher. I tend to use the siege barracks a lot. The log launcher just helps trigger one of the sections. Otherwise, the hogs will die off quickly because they'll split into different directions. So you kind of want to have a good plan for those. But I hope you all like that, and I'll